I have to turn on a light soon. It's late afternoon and it's getting a little dark in here, so I'm trying to keep my shadow off the paper as much as possible, but I'm not in a recording studio, I'm in my bedroom, so it's a little crowded. Anyway, okay, so rounding, round, sorry, to the nearest 100. Okay, same steps apply. We're just dealing with a different digit now. Okay, 697. I'm going to draw my place value chart. Ones, tens, hundreds. And I'm in the hundreds, so I'm going to underline my hundreds digit. Now I'm going to draw my open number line. Look how quick that goes. It's not that much extra work to show your work. Okay, I'm in the 600s, so I'm going to write 600 here. Counting by hundreds, my next 100 would be 700. If I don't know, all I have to do is write my skip counting at the top, just like I did here. Feel free to write your skip counting. I will be happy to see it, not go, ugh, this paper is full of numbers. Okay, as long as I can read your answer and see how you got your answer, it's all good. Okay, 600 and 700. Now, exactly in the middle, you need to have a 5 in the tens place. So I'm in the 600s. I need a 5 in the tens place, and I don't need any ones. There's my smack dab in the middle number. If you just remember, the smack dab in the middle number is 50. It ends with 50. It's this 100 with a 50 after it. You're in like Flynn, okay? All right, so now I'm going to identify where 697 would be if I was counting. I am not going to count by ones from 600 to 650 or from 650 to 700, okay? Because I think by now you should be able to tell that 697 is more than 650, so it's going to come after it. Now, if you need to count by ones, help yourself, but this video is already long enough. So my number goes there, so that means that 697 rounds to 700. There's my answer. Okay, now let's say they give you a thousands place. Let's do 3,251. Okay, place value chart. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. See, always follow those steps and it becomes second nature to you. Open number line. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oops, I forgot to identify my hundreds place. There it is. Doesn't matter if you do it out of order. As long as you do it and you know what place you're in, you're good. Okay, let's cover up that 3,000. I'm in the 200s. So I'm going to write 200 here. Then I need to put the 3,000 on the front. Don't forget that. That's important because 3,200 and 200 are very different. If I tell you that I'm going to pay you $3,200, you should be so lucky to mow my grass, and I only pay you $200, you're getting ripped off. So make sure you keep that 3,000 there. Okay, let me extend my line a little bit. All right, now counting by hundreds, after 200 comes 300. So I'm going to write 300, and I'm going to put my 3,000 on the front, because I'm counting by hundreds within the 3,000 numbers. Now I want to find the number exactly in the middle, and I learned from before that if I end it with 50, that I'm in the middle. So I'm going to write 50. I'm in the 200s, and I'm actually in the 3,000s as well. This is why I told you don't draw your circle first. You need a bigger circle. Okay, so 3,250. Now I'm going to look at my number up here. I notice this has a 5 and this has a 5. That already tells me I'm in the middle, but actually I'm just a hair above it, so I could do in the middle, or I could say, yeah, it's right after the middle. Doesn't matter, because guess what? Either way, it still rounds up to the next number. So 3,251 rounds to 3,300. Boom. That easy. Okay? So, a lot of students like to write down the steps like in their notebook, or if you have something special, you can always take a picture of your screen and save those pictures, print them out, whatever. I might put this stuff up on the website. I haven't decided yet. Actually, I probably will. The finished pages, so that you can have them to print out if you want. You can put them in some kind of a notebook. So anyway, but here are the steps for rounding. This is going to take a little while to write them out, but I am going to review at the end. So don't disappear on me and be like, oh, we're done. So, because we're not. Okay, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that you can see it a little bit better. We're going to call this steps for rounding. If you keep a notebook, you don't have to find the video again and find the exact right place and deal with all that stuff. You just have your notebook and you look in there. You can keep an electronic notebook if you want. Keep an electronic copy, do it as a PDF. Man, there we go. Okay. However you want to do it, however it works for you is fine with me. Okay, steps for rounding. There's actually 10 steps, believe it or not, if you break it all the way down. So, number 1, read the directions. Always read the directions so you know what value, what place value you are rounding to. Okay? Number 2, write the number. If you're working on scratch paper or if you're working out of a math book you can't write in, you'll need to do step 2. You can skip it if you don't have to write the number down. If you're working on a worksheet where you can just draw your stuff, that's fine. Let's see, write the number you will be rounding. Looks like I'm going to owe my daughter some markers. This one's getting a little dry. Number 3, we're still on the page? Nope, not quite. Number 3, draw. Remember, you can always pause the video and get this copied down because I'm just going to keep moving. And if you write a little slower than me, then you can just pause it. You can listen to the whole thing and watch me write and then go back and write. However you want to do it, I don't care. As long as you know how to do this when we're done. Because that's the whole point, is that you have this skill. Okay, draw a place value chart around the number. This marker's getting squeaky because it's drying out. Okay, number 4, identify this is when I underline the digit in the original number. Identify the place you are. I'm going to have to change markers because this one's really bad. I'm going to go to a darker blue. Sorry. I try to keep them consistent, but the pen's drying out. Okay, you are rounding to. Okay? Not supposed to end a sentence with a preposition, but whatever. Number 5, draw an open number line. Now, when I say draw an open number line, just remember what that needs to look like. Okay? You've got, I'll draw it here for you really quick. Boom, boom, just like that. So it should look like that. And you can draw yourself a little icon too to help you remember. Okay. Number 6. On the first underline, that's this one, write the tens or hundreds you are in. Again, ended with the preposition, but I'm trying to do this in the fewest words possible. In which you are working. That's too many words, so that would be the correct way to do it. Okay, I'm going to scroll up here a little bit. You can see all my spots. Number 7. On the last underline, that's the second one over here, right there. On the last underline, write the next number when counting by tens or hundreds. Now, I don't need an apostrophe in tens and hundreds because I didn't write place after it. They're not possessive nouns right now. They're just nouns, tens or hundreds. So on the last underline, write the next number when counting by tens or hundreds. Sorry, my printing is getting messy. My hand is tired because I write this twice. I do it to myself, so I have it all the way I want it, and then I do it for you. So makes my hand tired. Okay, number 8. Enough about me. Identify the number in the middle and circle it. Okay. Number 9. Find your original number. That's the one you wrote in number 2. Or that you put your place value chart around. On the number line. Where would it be if it was on the number line? That's where you draw the arrow pointing down to the number line. Okay, and then number 10. Write the underlined number that is closest as your answer. Okay, so there are your 10 steps. Like I said, you can rewind and pause and all that stuff. So let's go back and review really fast what it was that we were learning. I've got to find it. I put all my papers to the side and I have to dig for them. So we used place value understanding, our place value skill. Scroll out, sorry. Not scroll out, zoom out. Come on. Give me just a second. Try and do it just a little bit, but the way I have my camera rigged, it sticks. Well, close enough. Okay, so we use our place value skill to get close to the regular counting numbers to get the close regular counting numbers to the closest 10 or 100. So use place value understanding to round whole numbers to the nearest 10 or 100. I think actually their standard is easier to understand than my interpretation of it. But that is what we did today.